Hi, this is Lewis Harrison, and I do a self-improvement podcast regularly under the banner of Ask Lewis, where I answer questions. Somebody asked, what is Taoism exactly? They're interested in spirituality, but Taoism is very confusing to them. And even when they wiki it or Google it, it's still not clear. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next 10, 12 minutes, is explaining to you what exactly Taoism is. So it's a general term. There's three types of Taoism: philosophical Taoism, religious Taoism, and mystic Taoism. And the first one, philosophical Taoism, really deals with the questions: what is the meaning of life? How do you find happiness? It doesn't relate to religion at all. It doesn't relate to any religious practices at all. It really is an intellectual process. The second type is religious Taoism, and religious Taoism is as much like Catholicism or Judaism or ritually based Buddhism. They have Taoist temples and Taoist priests and rites and rituals and ceremonies and all the kind of stuff that people want to avoid when they avoid religion. And the third type is mystic Taoism. Mystic Taoism is pure in the sense that it has no rites, rituals, ceremonies of any kind, no temples, no sacred texts, no sacred places, none of that. It really is a pure inner exploration about the source of meaning and purpose in a person's life. And there are two basic guidebooks for how that happens. One is called the Tao Te Ching, and the other is called the Lao Tzu. And there are myths associated with both. So I'm going to give you the basics on it. The Tao Te Ching, which, by the way, I did a translation of, was written in ancient Mandarin Chinese. And in all my teachings, we use the version I translated. If you look at the description below, you'll see on line number 2, there's a link to that. And all this is about self-improvement for me, physical improvement, mental, emotional, and spiritual self-improvement. Everything I do is under that banner of self-improvement and personal development. So in Mystic Taoism, there are two books. The Tao Te Ching, it's spelled Tao, then Te, and then Ching. And the other is the Xiang Tzu, Chuang Tzu, or Tsu. And the Tao Te Ching was written by a man named Lao Tzu, if he even existed. And he was apparently an archivist with the emperor. He got tired of the nonsense of the material world, and he went into retirement. And he got to this mountain where all the great wise people live. And he essentially said, I want to, get my place in the mountain. And the gatekeeper said, I know who you are. You're a wise person. I need you to do me a favor. Give me some wisdom. And Lao Tzu gives him 81 paragraphs, which are basically poems. And that is what the Tao Te Ching is. And you'd be familiar with some of the sayings in there. Still waters run deep. That comes from the Tao Te Ching, and many other things. So the Tao Te Ching is built around the idea of what is Tao. And the actual translation of the word Tao is simply path or way. So they even say the Tao that you can describe is not the real Tao. So we're talking about an inner experience that is so profound and so subtle and so deep that words can't even describe it. And, intuitively speaking and spiritually speaking, there are things that exist that are wisdom and knowledge that cannot even be put into words. I'm sure you've had experiences in your life that are so ecstatic they can't even be put into words. So you have this book, the Tao Te Ching, which is 81 paragraphs. And each one of them has a message in it or a lesson in it. Nothing superficial at all and nothing too deep. If you read what it says and you ponder it, it makes absolute and total sense. So the Taoist person, the person who's a Taoist or a mystic Taoist, is knows that their life is going to be dominated in some way by the scattershot aspect of the human mind that gets manipulated by anger and lust and greed and vanity and attachment and ego. And then the reverse of that is love and kindness and compassion, empathy, wisdom, goodness, gratitude, and surrender. And the term that's used to describe surrender in Taoism is Wu Wei, which essentially means the action that has no action. And the concept here is not about God. They never mention God. So you could be an atheist, you could be a Christian, you could be an agnostic, and still study the Tao Te Ching and appreciate its wisdom. And what Lao Tzu, the author of the Tao Te Ching, says is, if you live your life in alignment with natural law, there's nothing you ever have to do, because whatever needs to get done will come to you automatically, and you just do it. It's automatic. So in that sense, it's the action that has no action. So the person that's interested in Taoism will essentially read the Tao Te Ching. They need to go to church or temple or pay money to anybody or sign up for anything. There's no special statues or rites and rituals, as I said. It's really just taking a few minutes every day, reading maybe 4, 5, 6 lines of the Tao Te Ching, or even a whole entry. There are 81 entries. And as you do that, you begin to ponder, contemplate, and do introspection about what the meaning of these things are. And that's essentially what's happening with the Tao Te Ching. It's really quite an incredible experience. So that's essentially, I mean, there are people who apply Taoism in many ways, a lot of martial arts, feng shui, emotional healing, qigong, all of these things come from Taoism. But as someone starting out, all you need to do is get a copy of the Tao Te Ching, and I don't want to be annoying. I'm just repeating that the one that we use is a gender-neutral concept, and that is described in line number 2 in the description. And when you have mastered the Tao Te Ching, which you will never do in your whole life, you become more effective, more efficient, more precise, more productive, more practical, more self-aware. You have no unnecessary struggle in your life. It's really great. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of these. And the next one is going to be called What is the Tao Te Ching? And I will talk more about that. And you can learn more about all of the different things that I do in Taoism by subscribing below. If you become a subscriber, please get involved. Even make comments underneath the video, and I will respond personally to you in the comment section. And we have a group in Facebook called Mystic Taoism. So if you go to Facebook and you type in groups and you type in Mystic Taoism, you can sign up there also. It's free. And we have lots of links to these broadcasts and other postings. Thanks a lot for being here with me. I really love sharing this with you. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I look forward to making a difference in your life. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye-bye.